Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a reading really for all signs. And, I often feel like many of the readings are really for all signs. So if you follow my channel, you just kind of know what videos to watch. Anyway, I was going to do this earlier in November, but something made me wait until today. And today we are at the 1111 portal. Um, so, that is higher realms, higher intention, all of that. Today, I hope you guys watched the 1111 portal video I did because I recommended getting outside. And I did that today. We had a beautiful day here. Um, So we went out and just like raked leaves and things like that. And it was great, just what I needed. So it's what it's asking for you to connect, like to reconnect to yourself. Higher realms talk about really learning to feel the unconditional love that's always there for you. It's just always there. So, anyway, all signs. We'll do a little numerology. We'll do it all in here. But let's go ahead and start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. And let's get a little advice from Mother Mary to open our reading. We have Father. Father. Excuse me. The 1111 portal, it opens on 1111, but I don't think it like boom, then it closes. I feel like it's a time period, right? It's a time period for us to be in a higher vibration. Um, so, right off the bat, I'm feeling if I have issues like with my father that maybe I had since childhood, is it energy I still want to continue carrying? Do I still want to carry it? And, it's your choice. But I feel like it's an element of being able to let go at the same time. Let's see what the card says. My true father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. I found like I when I was little, I had such a great relationship with my father, and then my parents got divorced when I was 13, and he left, and it was devastating. Um, what was I gonna say? But when I was little, like I just remember sitting on a back porch, and he'd play guitar, and I would sing, and I don't know. But then I've seen him do some pretty horrible things to my mother. And I have to say, as much as I hated that, it was, everything I hated or disliked, kind of hated, about my father's actions, I found in the first man that I married. You know what I mean? Like, issue not dealt with, right? So I marry it. I was only married once, but um, and I'm wondering if that's why I'm thinking all this is because whatever I hang on to, it's going to show in my life in some way, and mine happened to show in someone who was very like the parts of my father that I didn't like, but yet I married it, right? Okay, we have the Fool. Okay, so it's like everything I just said wrapped up in the Fool. And it doesn't have to be about a father. It's anything that we hang on to. I think if anything the 1111 portal asks you to do is to come, when you come to the table with a higher vibration, you're going to be met with a higher vibration. It's going to come back to you in a higher vibration. So, I feel like saying like shit happens, and it does, and it happens to all of us. All of us. You know, there's nothing that you've been through that I've been through that someone else hasn't been through. So, anyway, the Fool is free and clear, though. The Fool is kind of like the inner child, where I'm willing to take risk, and you know, I say yes to opportunities. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. You know, the Hermit, the spiritual warrior. You know, the light. Like, we're all the hermit, right? We all are the light. And it's just finding that light. You know, hermit is, I feel like, a period of time. What am I learning in the hermit? I'm really learning about my spirituality and how to apply it in this physical world. You know, I'm not just learning about spirituality, I want to put it into action. I feel like many who come here, you in some way are a spiritual teacher, or you're becoming a spiritual teacher. You know, and I feel like that's usually a guided journey, like, you know, like how I ended up doing what I'm doing right now. 20 years ago, I never would have even thought of something like this. So, you know, but here I am. And boy, has my life changed in 20 years. We have the Nine of Cups. Interesting. So we have two nines side by side, first of all. It's almost like here's your path to this Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is inner harmony. It's being, you know, thankful for the things that I have and not the things that I want. You know what I mean? It's like I'm thankful for what I have. And that alone, I feel like, just it brings you more. But I almost don't even expect it. You know, and Nine of Cups is where I have to find, I have to be good within myself, right? It's almost like I have to even like enjoy spending time by myself, alone. A lot of independent energy right here. Well, what else do we have? The Hangman. Interesting. So we have go, we have stop, go, stop. Not go, end. Just go, stop. We have the Three of Swords. Excuse me. I don't know why I always have to cough when I do a video. All right. You know, the Hangman is seeking wisdom, is seeking signs, semi-signs for my next steps. And the Hangman just kind of patiently waits there. The Hangman's looking for an awakening. But I feel like because it's almost like because I need it here in my physical world. So I feel like I needed an awakening about something. So maybe I can then truly enjoy that Nine of Cups or truly be that spiritual teacher. We have the Page of Cups. You know, Page of Cups, kind of cliche, learning to love thyself, right? But this is really learning to love yourself because you have the Hermit above that. And I feel like it is finding your spiritual self. And that's always a good thing. You know what I mean? It's like, why is life so hard? And then, you know, maybe it comes with age. You start to realize that you have this whole other element within you that maybe you didn't realize. And that is your spirit, right? That is your soul family. That is your spiritual team, all of that. It definitely looks like someone is looking at a, I am, how do I want to say this? I'm looking back at this Three of Swords. And it is almost like, like I'm a child. And I'm looking at this Three of Swords, and I have to acknowledge that the pain is here, right? The pain is real. But, I feel like sometimes like we punish ourselves by, like, the situation is long gone, but yet we keep allowing ourselves to relive it, like, every day. We keep allowing that Three of Swords to be fresh. And because I feel like someone's on a journey right now, right here, to learn how to let go of this Three of Swords, whatever. And this Three of Swords can be like my whole life, the accumulation of my whole life. But with the Hermit above that, I feel like, and listen, I feel like this took time. I feel like there's more people here, like, who are now, like, coming out of the cave and are about to shine their light for others. And I do feel there is some still in it. But I feel like you'll find your way, and I feel like this takes time. It took time. And if there's something, like, definitely something happened to your father when you were young, you know, it's just about the Three of Swords staying connected to current energy. So almost like I keep reliving that Three of Swords, and you're learning how to heal that. You're learning, like, I feel like that's what the Hangman's looking for, right? I'm looking for an awareness, a true awareness, an understanding, or a clearing of. So, we have two energies of, it's, it takes time. And then I feel like, really, for some of you, you may be alone. Maybe you're not alone. I don't know if that matters. But I feel like you find yourself all of a sudden, like, you're becoming happier and happier and happier. And I feel like it's not because of anybody else. It's because of you. It's like within yourself, you're becoming happier, wiser. We have the Four of Cups, and I just realized to myself, the person after I left my husband became even worse. So, like, I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't learning the lesson that I was attracting exactly what I didn't want. I was feeling weak. But I'm not weak, and I wasn't weak, and the moment I felt weak. But I feel like I'm saying this because I feel like I felt weak because other people, like, like, I allowed other people's, I don't know, energy to affect my energy. So anyway, it was a period of my life that was very hard. And I look back now, and I can see clearly, like, what it was teaching me. I just realized, like, how long it really took me. So, anyway, I broke that cycle. I have the Five of Swords. This is just saying that there's something toxic around you. There's something toxic that affects you. Maybe it doesn't let you see clearly. You know what I mean? But then right next to that, I have the energy of, like, inactive. Like, I'm not really doing much about it. Almost like I dream about being happy. I dream about being in the Nine of Cups. I almost don't like that Four of Cups there because I feel like, and then the 4 and the 5 is a 9, and I feel like 9, right here's two nines, because I'm reading them together. It's like something is toxic around me, within me, and instead of doing something about it, even though I want to, I dream it, I'm not being active. Um, I don't know. Let's keep going. With a 10 of Swords. What I chose this deck particularly because I feel like it's more uplifting. And I kind of feel like we need that. Like, I want to keep you uplifted. Because I want I want to, if I can help in any way, raise someone's vibration, then, my work is done. So, anyways, in this Ten of Swords, she's walking away. She's walking towards the sun. The Ten of Swords, it's over, right? That chapter is over. But another way you can look at that Ten of Swords is, how I was feeling that Three of Swords. Like, Ten of Swords, I'm almost like submitting to it. Like, it happens over and over and over and over again, to the point where now I just expect it. Now I just lay down and take it. And that is, I'm sure, what the 4 and the 5 over here are talking about. And listen, I feel like this reading is probably from your guides saying, and the portal reading, I think the Fool was very important in it also. But anyways, I feel like, for some of you, this is like this is one of your life lessons. And that may be why we're seeing the nines, like it's like a pinnacle. I feel like the Hermit's saying, if I take that time and I reflect upon it, and I ask for spiritual guidance and I ask for signs, I'll receive all that. I'll receive all that way. I feel like the only thing with the Hangman is it can be a little resistant, especially with that 5 swords down there. Because that 5 talks about change. Not just recognizing it, but then doing something about it, right? Not accepting it, changing it. Whether again it's outside or inside, it's mirrored by the 3 of Swords, and it's kind of what the Hangman is seeking advice on. If we go from the 5 to the 10 of Swords, I just realized that I don't like that. I feel like what that's saying is if I choose to be inactive, this 5 will go the whole way to the 10. But, I don't think that's the way you choose. 5 speaks of change. We're in a universal year 5. And change isn't easy. But, like the Hangman, if he's seeking that wisdom, asking for the signs. So, that can certainly help you. Like, that's what you should do if you find yourself here. All right, we have the Moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. I'm trying to think what the Moon's in right now. I don't know. You'd think I'd know. Well, in a way I feel like, why do I stay in the 5 so long? Well, because I don't know what's out there, right? I don't know what's out there. And, I don't know what's out there. We have the 7 of Swords. I don't know who I can trust. We have the 7 of Wands. And interesting, it came in reverse. So 7 of Wands this way is defending, like I'm defending myself. I'm standing up for myself. This way, not so much. It's the opposite, right? It's interesting. Dang, you know, what I feel like is I have a few of you here who are like in it. And I feel like you would like a change. But the change in this, you know, the unknown of the change is also, you know, almost like I talk myself out of it because I don't know what's out there. I don't know who I can trust. Um, but in the same breath, I feel like what's happening to you is, you know, it's like you lose your voice. You start to lose your will. Um, and I feel like, you know, the energy that is closest to it is an energy where it is not serving me. It's not worth it. You know, it's untrustworthy. It's not honest. Whatever it may be, it's not, you know. And I feel like someone may be saying to themselves, you know, should I just go out and I almost don't want to say it, but like, should I go out and cheat? And I feel like the answer is no. And the reason why is because I feel like that's just like it's throwing fire on it. Um, and I feel like there's only one way through this, and that is seeing it, dealing with it, being willing to walk through maybe a little bit of uncomfortableness. You know what? I don't think you stay there long, though, honestly, because I feel like what you're really doing is you're finding you again. We have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, and that's great to see, especially, you know, the underlying energy. That's your intuition. So I feel like some of you, many of you, you know, it's like your guides. Your intuition is guiding you, but we can like shut it down. Anyway. You know, and listen, I feel like this all takes time because it took time to create it, right? Maybe something has been with me since forever. So it takes time, right? It takes time. And that's all really I think anyone asks for is like step by step. The Fool is only taking a step forward. You know, it's not about the 10 where I end up, like going from the Fool right to the 10. No, it's about the journey and understanding that it's being created from your present moment. I can totally see now when I was younger how I created, or how it's almost like I was calling in that type of energy. I totally see it now. Um, but listen, I'm many years removed. I still see things that pop up. But now I see them for what they are, right? I see more ego. Um, anyway, and I feel like I'm just using myself because some of you um, can definitely relate. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords coming over the Fool. So this Knight is bringing something into the Fool. Some type of communication. For some reason, I feel like it can be something that kind of frees this person to become the Fool. And I mean that because it's almost like some type of truth being delivered to me. Listen, it can be your guides. The way I see this Knight right now, it's like he's in the sky. So anyway, something's coming towards you. It almost feels like opportunity at the same time, because like the Fool looks like it is stretching out for it. Like, I want it, right? But I have to like walk to the end of the limb, the end of the cliff, you know. And the Fool knows that her angels are there to catch her if she falls. But I don't think, because all of a sudden, like the Fool truly feels the energy of being able to soar, right? Doesn't feel all the restrictions. Almost like I don't even remember them. Okay. We have the High Priestess coming over the Hermit. That's kind of beautiful. We have the Nine of Swords coming over the Nine of Cups. We have the Fool coming over the Hangman. So there is movement. The Hangman will no longer be hanging. The Hangman is receiving whatever, and that may be what this night is about, like receiving something. And listen, I feel like intuitively, do I do it? Because the Nine of Swords is there too. And that can be like, where something shows, but then I overthink it. I worry about it. I like over examine it. I think there's doom where, we're starting at full. So, all of that. And it's unnecessary though. That's what it asks you to look at. And, it's coming over the Nine of Cups, so I feel like I'm either or. Some of you are like, can I, if I leave this energy and really look for my Nine of Cups, can I truly find it? And I feel like this reading is saying yes, you can. But what you got to do is not worry about it. Because that's creating, just like I was saying earlier, like I now see why certain things kept coming to me. I get it. But when I was in it, I did not. So anyway, but the Hangman and then the Fool, right? The stop, now it's go. And then we have the Strength card. Strength card coming over the Three of Swords, which is kind of beautiful. But in a way, what's it really telling you? It's telling you to overcome this Three of Swords. It's really, there's no one out there who's going to be able to fix that for you. This is energy that is within yourself, that don't, that you will overcome, and I know you'll overcome it. It doesn't mean like the pain, maybe if there's pain, it automatically goes away, but you have a different perception, a different intention. And remember, going through that 1111 portal, your intention is everything. I'm really getting it now. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like I'm putting a puzzle together in my head as I'm speaking to you. So anyway, the Strength card, I feel like is half woman, half lion. And it can only, what gave her the strength of the lion, the king of the jungle. It only came through these experiences, and they're probably very deep. And I feel like in a way that's why the Hermit is also here. I feel like the Hermit is kind of a healing time also. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of like epiphanies, all of that. And boy, I feel like if you're receiving an opportunity and you move forward according to truly what your intuition is telling you, I feel like something pretty major is coming. I definitely feel there's a sense of joy. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You know, Eight of Pentacles can really talk about work, what I do, what I choose to do with my time as it relates to my craft, my hands, what I create, you know, my thoughts, all of that. Eight of Pentacles is, you know, it's interesting because Eight of Pentacles is about moving into something, even if you're unsure of it, but if you feel drawn to it, maybe trust that. And it's the willingness to like put my head down and concentrate on it, right? Because whatever I'm working on in the Eight of Pentacles, if I put my focus there, you know, it's almost a guarantee that it will be successful. And just that this hermit is attached to it, I feel like I know some of you are becoming in some way like, you know, let's just say you're shining your light out for others now. And again, this night might be the opportunity. We have, well, hello, Ten of Cups. You know, in one way, I feel like this is saying, I don't need anyone else to create my Ten of Cups. And I don't mean that in an ego way at all. It's just that I don't need anyone to create my Ten of Cups. I can create it myself. And I feel like it's almost like the more that you are in this Eight of Pentacles, again, the willingness to go in as the apprentice, but the knowing that you will leave as the master teacher, you know, that type of thing. You know, I feel like we're always learning, but we always want to be learning in this energy. So I feel like, you know, it's fruitful at the same time. So I'm feeling that for someone that's like, I can create my own Ten of Cups. And again, I don't mean that in an ego way. And it may be something you question, can I do that? The answer is yes. We have the Hangman. Look at that. The Hangman is like surrounding this Five of Swords energy. So I'm telling you, whatever toxic within your life is what is holding you in place, right? But you don't have to. Anyway, we have the King of Cups. Can be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe someone that you're walking away from. I don't know. It may speak of love. You know, there's many reasons why the King of Cups can come out. We have the Five of Cups. You know, I'm not really sure if it was reversed or not. I'm going to put it in the upright. But, you know, I feel like part of me is also saying that I stay because I'm afraid that I may miss them if I go. Even though I feel like you know, I don't know. I just feel like the uncertainty of that. Like, I think this is definitely talking about a relationship and the uncertainty of, like, you know, how will I be without that person? But yet in the same breath, I feel like this very person may be the person who's causing a lot of this toxicity that may be holding you back from your own dreams, right? Because here you are creating, and maybe you're making a choice. Like, you know, I feel called to something, I'm going to focus on it. You know, that's not being selfish. It's being true to you. Anyway, I also want to remind you that I'm not sure if it was in reverse. So in reverse may just simply say that, you know, you're not going to miss this person like you think you will. You know, the Five of Cups talks about the energy of, you know, I don't know, can be like, woe is me. I'm focusing on these cups that have been knocked over. But maybe I've been focusing for a while. But the truth of the card is about what remains after that, or what exists after that, let's say. But it takes this person to, like, refocus themselves to come across these two cups that have yet to be discovered. Even if it's with someone that you once knew, they're still coming, new and shiny. They're not tarnished any longer. But I don't know, guys. I kind of feel the importance of, if there's something you're feeling really guided to do, but someone's telling you you can't. I'm telling you, you can. Like, do I want this Ten of Cups? Well, it's saying if I'm willing to work at it, yes, I can have it. Strength card coming right over that Three of Swords first, though, right? The healing of that. And then we have the Hierophant card of Taurus. That's your faith. That's your belief. I feel like in a way that it's almost like I don't feel like I need to defend myself any longer. Like what you know. And there may be energy that's put a lot of doubt in your mind about that. But I feel like this is about like your true faith. And I'm not really even talking religiously, I'm just talking about like, for some of us, it's just like, a conversation between you and God. This is about believing. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So, I don't know if I said card of Taurus. I feel like the Hierophant is also kind of like illuminating this Five of Swords and this Seven of Swords. So they must be attached, right? Five of Swords, again, in toxicity. Seven of Swords, energy that I'm not sure I can trust. But yet, for some reason, I do. I'm in it. Hierophant, like, maybe saying, like, you kind of lost your way. But it doesn't mean that, that's the end. You can make a change anytime. Okay. Well, hello. So we have the Page of Pentacles just flew out, but came in reverse. And this is about a path of knowledge. And, this page, if I'm just putting in the middle of the spread, touching this Eight of Pentacles tells me, much like the Four of Cups and this Five of Swords together makes me feel like I'm being inactive in this energy, though I do want better. I feel like the same thing is here. Like the Eight of Pentacles is saying, if there's something you want and you're willing to put the focus in to get it, you will get it. But it's you who has to put the focus in it, right? But it's also, I feel, a guided path. Like you feel like I want to know more. I want to learn more. But this page being in reverse, almost like I'm shutting that down. So this Three of Swords is doing a lot. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice, like that energy's still there. It's just being, pushed back. But it's still there. It's like I can turn that page around. And it's you allowing yourself to explore this path, this journey. Okay. I don't want to leave it in a negative way. And it's not that it's negative, because really I think like this is simply almost like your perception of you and your life. And what can be and what you may tell yourself can't be based on what other people have told you. All that. However, I want you to take a good look at all that, right? Come back to you. Your belief system. Like if someone's not treating you right, you know that. It's up to you if you want to stay there and take it, but you know it. So it's almost like I don't think like divine would say this, but I feel like it's like the universe is saying many times you blame me for these things that happen, but honestly, they're more you, me, you know what I mean? Um, anyway, well, look at that. The Four of Wands over the Ten of Cups. And then the Devil. I don't know why I said it like that. Card of Capricorn. First of all, the Four of Wands is, I feel like you're definitely with the right person in the Four of Wands, at least for that time period. Who knows if we're meant to be with one person forever, for the end of this life. I don't know. I've loved different people in different ways. But anyways, I don't know why I'm saying that because the Four of Wands I feel kind of like is my person, right? It is my person. Um, and it's coming over the Ten of Cups. Dang, I'm just telling you, like, if that is what your intention is, think of the 1111 portal, and just think of the universal year 5, asking for change. And to change is really to set you free, but it moves you into a year 6, universal year 6. You want to figure out what your personal year is. I'm making videos on them right now. I got one done. Um, anyway, that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of energy we're going to be looking at in 6. And 6 is a great year, especially after 5. And it can speak about relationships, marriages, harmony within relationships that maybe didn't have it, lost it for a while. But it's all about what is put into that. I think of the 3 and the 3, like, whatever energy we put into that is what is then created. So, um, the devil's touching the 9 of Swords, and I feel like all that's saying there is there may be a tendency for, like, your mind to go dark when something comes towards you, that may be like shiny and new. But in the same breath, like, if you've really kind of like evaluated your life, and understand you've got this, you've got your aura too, that is kind of like your energy field. So if you can trust that, then as things come towards you, and they will, because that's just like a natural energy. Um, and 6 is a great energy of manifesting also. I just want to throw that out there. So, anyways, I gotta trust, what's coming through my energy field. Okay, what else do I have here? I have the Empress. Dun 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 dun. The Empress is someone who looks at her collective journeys and, just like I did, can see the patterns and learns from them. Doesn't become hard, right? She becomes strong, but she doesn't become hard to life, right? I definitely feel like she flips that page over. And again, this can be my younger energy into my current energy, becoming the Empress. I feel like the Empress has walked the path of every queen. So she has that collective wisdom. And, the Empress doesn't foolishly go into a relationship. That doesn't mean she can't fall head over heels in love. Um, but she's very wise at the same time. And what else am I holding? The Star. Card of Aquarius. And this is about your dreams and your wishes and them coming true, right? The manifestation of them. First thing I notice is she's naked in this card. And that means that I'm coming to the table as real, being real, real with myself, real with others, right? No facade, nothing to hide. I'm manifesting out of that energy. You know, it's going to talk about forgiveness of yourself, all of that. Like, hey, that's just part of my battle wounds. You know, it doesn't define me, but it is part of my battle wounds. It's what helped me become the spiritual warrior that I am today. So, and then you manifest out of that energy. Watch out, baby. I don't even know where it's going. Um, so I kind of feel like I should leave it there. You know, we're in a very positive note, though I feel like we had to go through a little bit of, you know, a few twists and turns to get there. And I know, you know, I feel like many of us are on a similar path, but at different periods within that path. Like, I feel like I have traveled this and now I'm on the other side, and therefore I feel like I can see the big picture of it. Much of it because I've experienced, like the Empress, right? And I do find myself now in the Four of Wands where, you know, I opened up the reading telling you how bad the beginning of my love life was versus how now it is, right? I'm with my childhood sweetheart. You know, like, who would have thought? Who would have thought, right? The universe. That's who. So, and it's interesting because it happened at the perfect time. Like, different things happened, I noticed, at just the right time. I was in a very weak moment at that time when all of a sudden I get a call from him out of the blue. I hadn't heard from him in many, like 40 years. Um, anyway, that was a moment that changed my life, right? My life took a different course from that moment. So it's like not denying yourself that um, anything is possible because you just don't know. And you don't want to be closed off to it. The more you're open to it, I feel like, the more you receive it. Um, you know, I feel like your intuition and the Fool together is very powerful energy, but the one thing that has to be looked at is that Three of Swords and that Five of Swords, because ultimately it causes the Ten of Swords. It doesn't have to be that way. And even if it is that way, it's not too late, right? It's not too late. So, your intention, your vision, but then also your action. It's funny how I'm talking. I felt like that's something for sign language. All right, let me read Father from Mother Mary. Some of you will probably get this right away. Take a drink real quick. You know, I'm going to put on the end screen the reading I just did for the portal, the 1111 portal, because I wasn't looking for just that. I was looking for how that energy is going to be for us moving forward through 2021 and 2022. And it got very deep. So some of you may want to take a look at that. I'll put that on the end of this video. I don't know why. I don't normally promote another video, but I just feel like they're tied in some way. Okay, Father. This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Even though this connection may not be immediately understood, this card acknowledges the link. Most likely, old emotions concerning your father are affecting your present situation. If a memory surfaces as you read this, trust this pathway to lead you to healing. Recalling a painful memory isn't pleasant, but it's an important step towards realizing negative patterns. If you have old, heavy-hearted feelings about Dad, take a moment now to say, God and Mother Mary, thank you for helping me heal and release, and then name the emotion or situation with my father so that he and I can be free. Beautiful. And I really feel that this is what this reading is talking about, a sense of freedom. But the freedom to accept opportunities. Again, some of you really moving into, like, I see you doing spiritual type work, and I guess that can be any old way. And listen, maybe I feel like everything has led you to this point. To be honest, everything has led you to this point. And ultimately, I feel like, the Four of Wands and the Ten of Cups there together, I don't have to worry whether I'll have that, because if, let's say that I'm in the Eight of Pentacles, and this, me focusing on these pentacles, on my craft, whatever that may be, and it brings a certain energy within me, and that energy is released into the universe. Well, I feel like, like attracts like. And when I'm in this kind of like free, loving, I don't know, type of energy, that's what comes back to me. And if I remember that, like, the energy that I put out there, it's going to show itself in some way. I see it clearly. So I feel like I know it for a fact. But more than that, I feel like your guides want you to know that, right? There's patterns. In these patterns, we can get stuck within them. Listen, I have cut mine. Cut it. It's cut. You know what I mean? It's cut. And the pain is gone. It is gone. Though there were days when I never knew if it would be. But that's been a while. Anyway, and I'm only saying that because I want you to understand that I've been here in the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords. I've been there. And I've been in the energy of, like, non-action, all of that. And now that I have that realization, I can see, and that's why I tell you, because I think maybe I can save you time. Maybe I can save you time. Don't fear being alone. Maybe being alone is exactly what you need. Maybe that's where you find yourself. Maybe it's alone for an hour, or you're just alone. But you're not alone. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave the reading there, guys. Very interesting. I can't wait to read your comments. Thank you for the likes, guys. I heard they're getting rid of the dislike button on YouTube, and I don't know what I think about that. In one way, I know that when I put a video out many times, like, boom, I hit it, like, I put it live, and then like within 5 seconds I have thumbs down. So I think to myself, like, you know, what's this thumbs down about? Like, you clearly didn't watch the video, especially mine, right? But like within seconds. So, like, I don't like that, because I feel like that's more like, I don't want you to do well. So in that regard, I'm glad it is going. But yet, in the regard of you, like, I value your opinion. It lets me know where I need to, I keep thinking some of you want me to shorten the video, and you know that I try, but I can't. Like, I just don't think I'm meant to do short videos. And, it makes my channel grow slower because people want it now. I want it now, right? I want it quick. And there's nothing wrong with that, I guess. Like, I want a 10-minute video. And I guess if that's what you want, that's what you want. But this is more about, like, I feel like this is we're digging into, like, true life and, like, the true feelings, and real clearing, and higher vibration, all of that. How do I get there? I feel like that takes time. But anyway, I don't know what I think about that. Let me know what you think. So anyway, thank you for your comments, because I will be reading them, trust me. And thank you for some of you who share the video. I love that. Thank you, guys. You're just helping me, And I love that because I love giving to you. So thank you. Thank you for everything you do. I hope this reaches who it needs to reach, but I already know that it will. I already trust that. So, hierophant with the stars like standing out, like just trust. Just trust, and so, and so it will, and so it will be. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.